Good Friday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast discussion for Friday, the 12th of December, 12/12/2014, going into a rather benign but seasonably chilly weekend. And it's a seasonably chilly start to this Friday with mostly cloudy skies across the region. These clouds are of the low to mid variety as we still have a little bit of a temperature inversion, a subsidence inversion in the atmosphere in the lower levels of the atmosphere below 5,000 feet. So we're finding a lot of clouds around the region this morning. But the good news is that we don't have really any precipitation in the region this morning, and we're probably going to squeeze out maybe a flurry or two isolated across the region during this afternoon. And the temperatures will probably stay pretty much where they are right now. We have northwesterly winds at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. The gusts have been diminishing this morning, and as a result of the cloud cover, the temperatures really didn't radiate as low as forecasted, but within a couple of degrees from where they should be for this time in the morning. Taking a look at the visible satellite imagery this morning, a bit of cloud cover right around the region. All of this again is mid and low level cloud cover, mostly mid level cloud cover, and there's no precipitation under this dome. We do find a little bit of lifting here, maybe a little bit of a sprinkle here or snow across the Virginias, but none of this is really affecting our region. We still have some spokes of energy around that stubborn low pressure area spinning around and closed off here over southern New England, and that's spinning some spokes of moisture and cloud cover in the region. We can see on the mosaic this morning a few pockets of light precipitation dancing around the upper level low this morning, but most of this is pretty much benign and rather will not affect our weather too much over the next 24 hours. A little bit closer inspection on the surface this morning. Here is our low pressure center well off of the southern New England coast and into southeastern Canada. This is at the surface here. We still have a little bit of cold air damming here with temperatures generally running around the freezing mark across northwestern New Jersey into Pennsylvania and down through the Virginias. High pressure trying to build in here. We have a west to northwesterly flow of air, and this convergence in the atmosphere means that most of the moisture will be wrung out of the area during today. If we get up to the 700 millibar level here, we can see our upper low here across southeastern Canada and our northwesterly flow in place with high pressure still off to the west. And we get up to the 500 millibar level, and here is our closed low across the coast of Maine here, and a strong jet streak driving south and east, and this is keeping us in fluid flow over the atmosphere with relatively tranquil conditions, but chilly. Watches, warnings, and advisories. Let's move this map up a little bit here. We still have, we've dropped the small craft advisory conditions here for the coastal waters right around New York, the New York Bight, and most of Monmouth County as well. Basically, we're still expecting some gustier winds here along the shore points from central and eastern Long Island out to the southern New England coast, and also from central New Jersey and parts of the Delaware Bay here down through and offshore the mid-Atlantic coast states during the next couple of hours or so. Find some winds at about 20 to 25 knots anticipated through tonight, and so the seas will still be in the 2 to 4 foot range. Small craft advisory conditions likely into at least the first half of tomorrow on the ocean and perhaps the lower Delaware Bay here, and we'll be monitoring that. For now, the extended small craft advisories may need to be modified in both time and coverage. Sunday through Tuesday, a cold front is expected on Tuesday, but we're not really anticipating much in the way of headlines at this time. And for the aviational weather deck today, basically VFR, light snow showers or flurries over the area may result in a brief period of MVFR ceilings early this morning, but we're not really showing any on the observations this morning. And basically we have west winds at about 5 to 10, becoming northwest at 10 to 15 during this afternoon. A few gusts up to around 20 by mid and late morning as the atmosphere begins to mix with the sunshine. Winds relax again during the sunset. And then Saturday through Monday, VFR with high pressure and control, some gusty northwest winds exceeding 20 knots possible early on Saturday before the ridge access moves over the top and everything begins to settle down. Tuesday, VFR conditions, some possible MVFR and precipitation due to a cold front late. Precipitation could start as snow or a wintry mix north and west before becoming all rain, and there is a moderate forecast confidence on that. Right now outside of Newark, We do have some clouds at about 3,400 feet, broken at 8,000. We discussed that. And the wind chill is about 24, the temperature 32, which is freezing. Dew point 20, humidity 61%. A few clouds scattered around the region today, broken ceilings at 5,000 early, and then a few clouds late tonight. VFR conditions in place. Philadelphia is also at 36 this hour, dew point 24, humidity 62%. The wind is northwest at 6, overcast conditions at 3,600. And basically scattered to broken ceilings around the region early this afternoon, then scattered during tonight with VFR conditions in place. It's the latest SKU-T chart, upper air analysis here for Newark, sounding at Newark. We can see our temperature inversion here right around 900 millibars up to about 950. 850 millibars here. So this is where we have a temperature inversion in the atmosphere, and that's why we have the mid to low level cloud deck across the region this morning. All of our winds are still out of the northwest with subsidence occurring underneath this temperature inversion as we find the dew point spread and the temperature spread here supporting a dry atmosphere over the forecast region. Latest 10Z run of the HRR model this morning shows the low cloud deck around the region. The forecast model is indicating a breaks in the overcast with scattered to broken ceilings during this afternoon, and a few of those stratocumulus clouds still stuck in across the region from time to time. The one thing that is not going to change, and this we'll show you in a minute here, is the temperatures. Temperatures today will remain in the 30s across the entire forecast region. NAM 4-kilometer product reflectivity and cloud cover forecast from Penn State Z-Wall site shows the broken ceilings across the region. At times breaks in the overcast, and at other times the stratocumulus clouds fill in with that temperature inversion across the region, and a few spokes of disturbances, a few mid-level disturbances moving through, circumnavigating around that upper low here over the spinning off the coast of Maine this morning and into the afternoon. Could find a few flurries from time to time, especially over hillier terrain, but the downsloping flow and westerly component will mean more of these clouds will begin to disintegrate, and most of the showers below the subsidence inversion, or the snow showers, will be too light, and the atmosphere will be too dry to support them to reach most of the ground. Now what's interesting here is that as we get into Sunday afternoon, we find a return flow here as high pressure is in control across the region. Still some warm air advective snow showers breaking out well to our west, but most of the weekend pretty much benign and dry but seasonably chilly. GFS forecast into motion. Basically, here's our upper low spinning away, finally drying things out, and skies improving, weather conditions improving, especially on Saturday with mostly sunny skies and rather cold temperatures across the region this weekend, but the air mass should begin to modify a little bit as we head into the early part of Sunday. High pressure will be in control of our forecast region, and the high will continue to build. We have an active subtropical jet stream. Another disturbance cutting underneath that will move into the Central Plains, and this will eventually move towards the Great Lakes region and the St. Lawrence River Valley, drag a warm front through the region late Monday night, early Tuesday. Could find some spokes of cold snow showers or dry snow showers moving into the region as the warm air gets over the top of the cold air, and really nothing blocking up the pattern still as this warm front moves through, and then the low moves off the coast and the cold front comes through by Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, followed by more high pressure developing across the region. Still, it's going to be chilly during the mid to late part of next week with the isobars here a little bit firmly packed here as the low begins to deepen off the coastlines of Nova Scotia and southwestern Atlantic Canada here, and high pressure building in across the Great Lakes and the mid-Atlantic states once again. So a rather benign and chilly weather pattern across the seasonably chilly weather pattern across the northeast and mid-Atlantic coast states over the next couple of days right through the middle of next week. I really don't find much blocking developing in the atmosphere yet. We are monitoring the stratosphere and where the warming anomalies are occurring, and also the potential threat for some kind of a storm probably around the first week, just a couple of days prior to Christmas, and we'll pan out those details. Obviously, this far out, the models aren't really going to handle the subtropical jet stream and the polar jet stream interaction very well. So we'll be monitoring all of this as we go forward into the forecast period as we head towards the holiday winter season here. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a great Friday afternoon and a fantastic weekend. Remember, all of our feeds are live on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Have a terrific weekend.